seeing the screen, right? So we weren't 100% sure. I got it right.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of hard. They have the same lineups on both.
No, they didn't.
Well, they've gone for it
Changed.
on Bind recently before.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've got, what, 5 different compositions on Bind on all of the maps except for Ascent. These guys like to mix it around quite a bit.
I'm wondering though, you know, with Angel, he was really, when I was talking to him, he was really interested in like how Breach can be used. Big fan of the agent being used overall. So I'm wondering if he's just kind of said to Shadow, like, we won't have a Sage at all still. We'll just stick with you being on Breach as I'm going to go to Omen now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't actively say I've not seen enough games without Sage in play to say it's a good or bad decision. I just think the Revive is such a useful tool in many situations, especially if you're winning so much, right? You're getting enough kills. You put it on someone who's going to be like a consistent fragger, you're having that ult up so much throughout the game. It's just completely viable.
Here's a big brain play, though.
Okay.
You start playing now without Sage in games like this in group stage where you're going to make it through if you're either of these teams really realistically. You should be. So you start playing without Sage to get used to it in a tournament format playing without her because Riot have literally said that they think Sage is overpowered and it's not because of the healing. So that means they're working on a nerf for it, right? So if that's the case, if they are working for a nerf, if they're looking to take her out a little bit, that means that you could potentially see, you know, in the next few months of a meta that doesn't include her being played every time. And if you've already got some practice on that, you already have an idea of what lineups could look like, well, that's going to give you a little bit of an advantage. Maybe even find right now that you can play without her, and it's just people think you can't.
Well, Bind, we're on FPX's pick. They're starting on the attacking side, Liquid on the defense. 13-11 for the first map here. It was Haven Liquid's pick, but it could have really gone either way. It was so close. I'm expecting a lot from this one. And if Shao comes online, that's when I'm going to get excited. Because I know Angel played well. I'm never going to take anything away from that. But I just see Zyppan and Shao, like, they've got an unlimited skill ceiling. Like,
they're the young guns, right?
Yeah.
The guys you look to just dominate in a lot of these duels.
Well, me and Angel are the same age, so everyone's the young guns compared to us.
That is true.
Zyppan starts off strong, though. Screams, found himself taken down. Site secured. Without the Sage, there'll be no wall off, and this is such a big site as well for it. They'll back themselves away. I like the spot from Zyppan. Have they got anyone covering them behind, though? There's no flank coming through right now, but that's something they need to be aware of.
Well, they've got that Cypher.
Oh, Echoes!
That was some shot.
He went straight in for it.
And trade back, though. Shao, good for one. Immediately deleted. Shadow, again, same situation. It's Angel that falls for his sins.
No.
And we're down to just 1 versus 2. My God, that was quick by Echoes.
Echoes on point. He came through. Pistol power. Baby, baby. I'm just impressed by that first one he did.
It's very warm here. It's very late, and Banks has started singing. Am I hallucinating? Is this what heat stroke is?
It possibly is,
again.
mate. It possibly is.
Not again.
By the way, there's no way I leave Ukraine where I experience like some of the hottest summers I've had without being on holiday, and we come to Germany when it's the hottest week in like
100
years of Hamburg.
Literally.
I was like, wow.
Thanks.
We can't catch a break.
And I'm from Ireland, Banks. So
Yeah, you're definitely not used to it.
I don't know what the sun is. There's a big thing in the sky, and it's hurting me. Help.
Yeah, it's actually fun because I'm actually more tan than you are.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm whiter than the milk I drink.
Don't worry, we'll work on it during our time here. Before the games, we'll put you outside. If Mitch ends up like a red lobster, you'll know why. Gleaming on stream.
Banks has been slapping me.
Reasonable.
Right here.
We're going to get the Dark going through an immediate push towards that A side. FPX not looking to take things slowly. You're going to group up, make the numbers advantage work to your favor, but Eccles from afar taking these pistols out, and I do not mean for dinner.
What?
It's all down to that. A quick cleanup as FPX on the Rico get absolutely slapped.
Eccles just delivered 3 headshots like it was nothing. No problem at all. They didn't even get close to the site realistically. Not the start FPX would have wanted here. Now how are they going to play it from here? Okay. Scream's going to wall boost him. soulcas play over the top of it, most likely. Well, all three of them are pushing.
Are they going to just wall off like the left side and go straight through to mid, maybe?
That'd be some gangster play.
There we go. Look at this. Yeah, straight through in the aggressive play. They've got themselves a nice little angle, but I think that was their teammate that blinded them up, that paranoid them. They just kind of abandoned that strategy immediately. Makes sense.
Maybe a bit of communication error on that one.
Yeah, I think it's one of the problems where when you go forward, I think, no, you know what probably happened? It probably was miscommunication, and they ended up paranoying the wrong side. Went to go right and went left, or left and went right. It could just as easily have been Angel, and they missed it. I didn't catch it on the map coming through. Just all of a sudden they couldn't see a thing. Anyways, FPX have abandoned any strategy towards the A site. They are instead moving slowly but surely towards B. They've got control on long. Once that smoke fades, they'll realize that it's completely clear. A TP over towards elbow leaves Eccles in a better position to not get 1vx. There's 4 players already on this B site. A heavy rotate and a really good read. The cage just to slow them down, make that clock their biggest enemy with 35 seconds remaining. This is going to have to be a quick push, and the problem with pushing with this little time is you don't really have the time to clear out these angles properly. 25 on the clock.
The flash
was late, but Zyppan still gets it.
Zyppan's looking to get more done as well. Scream trying to play off the edge of it, and he's getting it done. Beautiful timing for him there. Looking to get some more. Walking around the side, but both of them looking at the same time. Shao's able to get the job done, but soulcas could end this in a big way. Puts down the satchel, it's not going to land on anyone, and he manages to get it. He spams them through, but he can't get the final kill. Shadow comes through huge, but that was close. Right down to the wire on time, and Liquid did a real good job at defending it.
FPX managed to pull it across the line with Shadow being the last one to survive. And look, this could have been so bad. If Eccles had been checking that angle,
yeah,
that would have been the shot. It would have been the round pretty much.
If it wasn't for that flash, Zyppan's dead. 100%.
2 kills through the wall. It was perfect. I love the flash as well because it's on the slanted part of the wall, so it doesn't catch Zyppan at all. It completely blinds all the players towards the site. Catches long as well. It's perfect. Spotted early on. soulcas decides to fall back, just destroying the tracking dart as he does.
Yeah, not worth the risk pushing forward on that one.
Definitely not. When they're ready for it, they're on edge.
Bit of a slower round coming out again from the FPX side. It's like they've mixed things up, right? Because we saw Liquid definitely played it slow, but FPX went a bit faster on their attacking side on Haven. Now we're seeing FPX pull it out. And you know, we always say this, obviously, with Angel coming from Counter-Strike, you expect him to play that slow CIS style more often than not.
Revealing it.
They really want to try and hit this A site. This is where they feel most confident by the looks of it. But it's such an open site. That's why I don't like it when they don't have the Sage wall.
Oh, at least they've got all those smokes down. The opening duel certainly helps out FPX. They now have the control that they can easily plant in this corner, right? They can't be pushed up. They've got bathroom.
Oh, no.
Aim is good. It's going to catch a decent bit of damage, although Angel manages to evade the second blast. And as a man advantage sticks towards FPX, it's a pretty difficult retake for Liquid now. They've got a wall at least, so they can block off something.
Off your feet!
No slows from behind it. Well-timed ult.
Nicely avoided by Scream there. Ooh, doesn't manage to land the shot. Was going to heal himself up, but he hasn't taken that much damage. For now, though, they're at such a disadvantage. It's just going to be them backing away. They're going to hold on to what they've got. Good push through there from FPX. Angel utilized his teleports to be getting across without being seen. They got the spike plant towards the left-hand side, so at least he tucked away by the truck.
There she blows. As FPX, look, they came into that round just heads-up dueling. That first fight was really the most important, and as soon as they win that duel, combined with the smokes that they had in play over towards upper and spawn, they're easily able to get themselves the plant. Sure, take a little lick of damage off the nade, but that was really it. Now, though, things become a little bit more difficult in those more pointed rounds, because if they go for some faster plays, they're going to potentially run right into Zyppan, who has his ultimate online. Shao as well can stop any form of plant, or indeed point and rush if it's towards somewhere like Hookah, which is obviously very linear. The upside, though, is that obviously you can see your opponent's ults. You can see when they're online. So you know at this point, well, let's not group up. Like, yeah, a lot of the time Zyppan's going to get a kill from his ult. It's impossible to 100% avoid it. Let's make sure he gets 1 kill, not 5.
He's definitely a man that can. They're really waiting for Liquid to push on this. We haven't seen Liquid get aggressive just yet. Working their way up, might try and get Hooker, but it's being played quite aggressive. This is nice from Shadow, though. That forces Eccles away, at least for now, but he's not aggressive on it. He's just hiding, tucked away behind the boxes. And he could put in some work with that. Instead, it seems like Angel looking to edgy frag onto the site. Cypher camera planted. He's going to try and drop him way in there, avoid the Raze grenades. Sova ult going out. Oh, Shao's landed one. Angel's found himself the opener as well. The A site has been absolutely bombarded. The timing's worked out. It's a slow push in, but it's looking so good for KRYPTIX once again. Scream. Well, he misses the first one, does finish it off with the Marshal. It's not a problem, but his location at least was revealed. Bit of a flank going on, but do Liquid really have a chance in this? It's 5v3. Surely you just hold on to what you've got.
I mean, it's a fair point. I think they'd probably be wise to consider at least. And it looks like they're taking it under consideration and going with the plan.
The thing I love, right, when it comes to Bind, is that you can sit on that bomb site to avoid ninjas a little bit easier and just jump through the teleporter. Sneak it around. Ooh, Angel's found Link, though. Eccles, he's trying with the Bucky, but that's some real long-distance Bucky shots, mate. Zyppan will find the headshot. A third round secured, and KRYPTIX look to be back in control. But they've got to keep this going, keep applying the pressure. Because Liquid are not getting aggressive. They're definitely keeping very, very defensive when it comes to this.
I mean, it is only a matter of time before the real Liquid comes out to play. I think they've probably been a little bit shaken by KRYPTIX. And not so much that they're paranoid or anything to go for it, but I do feel like just because of how close the previous game was, how serious this KRYPTIX team has to be taken, that Liquid needs to come in here with a more patient play, less risks being taken. But maybe that's not what they need. Maybe just because the normal style is so much more in your face, they could benefit from doing the same. We'll see. Time to tell as KRYPTIX move into position in hookah. They look for a duel. Nothing offered up first yet by Team Liquid, and eventually Shadow swings Vandal versus Op, and the Vandal wins.
Eccles took the shot as well, just a moment. And he wasn't able to make it connect. A shot like that just hurts, man. They don't need to push on it. Still so much time to go with. Angel's working his way up. The paranoia goes out. They start to push their way through. Cypher cage is there, but no one's there to fight back against them. Oh, the flash is perfect from the breach. But Link is getting his Sova ult on. Angel's the one to fall. Scream's trying to do as much as he can as well. Link's there to back him up. They've got himself into the hallway, but jumping up. Zyppan gave that away far too easy. There was no need for him to push into that. I don't know what he was trying to achieve. Now you've made this winnable for Liquid. Shadow needs to be able to at least get 1 kill here without really being contested too much. Soulcas's grenade is going to be huge. Now trying to spam him up. Link knew exactly where to look for him as well. Only 1 more player to find. Damage being done. Soulcas now at least will be able to pass on the information of where he's sat. And this is just so unwinnable here for Shao. He's going to try his best, but
Revealing area.
you just got to sit back and wait and hope at this point.
There really was nothing he could do. Sometimes you got to just accept that.
Revealing area.
Team Liquid coming out in a much more dominant fashion in that round. Although again, it's on the back of early duels not going their way. KRYPTIX actually getting a lot of control. It's individual duels that pulled them through. Link, again, having a very impressive start to the game. When you look towards his performance in the previous map, I suppose it's not that hard to imagine the same would be said. And Zyppan has a much better chance when it comes through to Bind. to deal that damage. Previously on Haven, it's very open if you're playing a Raze. But there's so many more choke points. Everywhere on this map feels much more boxed in. Not that the map itself feels claustrophobic, but Haven just feels so open, so wide. There's so many avenues. Each of them is wide enough for a nade to go down and only just about fully involved.
More Eccles. There we go. That's more like it. Angel managed to snip through a fair bit, though. Oh my no, Zyppan! On the other side of the map, he's putting in work. Angel's just going to teleport out of there. They can just back away. With 50 seconds to go, this is no problem at all for a rotation. They're in a 3v2, and they can keep Liquid completely guessing. Angel has bolted over towards the B-bomb site.
Shadows traveling.
No problem at all. Drops the Shadow on the floor. Spike going to be planted, and well, it looks so good with Eccles getting them opening 2 kills, and then all of a sudden it turned around. But soulcas, he still believes this is possible. He needs to be careful, though.
Where do you go from here? You gotta wait for your teammates. Start pushing in together. The ult in play. This could be dangerous now. He's still gonna blast back, get a little bit of height, get a fast movement. Goes over towards long, manages to make it past the hookah player. Doesn't see the player in the corner though. Angel's able to take him down, and with Eccles so far behind, it doesn't look like much is going to get done. The smoke goes out, but he's still vulnerable to hookah, and that's exactly where he gets killed from.
Mitch, you know what I'm going to say. soulcas, you know that is a lazy peek, my friend. He looked and turned, and then already, because he'd seen it. So players do this, and it really, like, it's something you have to train yourself not to do. A lazy peek is pretty much where you look, but in your mind you already think they're not going to be there, so you start turning. You need to actually check it. It needs to be a clear check. It needs to be a thorough check, because he would have had that kill.
Yeah.
Oh, that's soul destroying.
Where are you?
Another round for FPX, and Mitch, a guy tweeted at us. They asked, why did Team Liquid have a Dutch flag? And I'm just going to explain. The flags are for the organizations. So Team Liquid is a Dutch organization, not an American one. Yes, there's 4 Brits on Team Liquid. It is a British Valorant team for sure. We've got old Scream in there. Oh! Eccles,
right, click
naughty,
it.
Naughty.
Right, click it.
Oh, he's going to get out of there.
I know.
Just in the time. Oh, he just runs straight into the next, though. Shao and Meddo. They're getting it done at B long. These last 2 rounds have been nuts, and, well, KRYPTIX, he didn't even have a chance to react.
Eccles was at just the wrong range where you don't know whether to left or right click it. That sucks. He was just tickling him. Oh, Shadow, you got to lose a little bit of that weight. Can't get through there, sadly. Only your skeleton could fit.
Squeeze, squeeze,
yeah.
breathe in.
Breathe in. Breathe out, right?
You want to push it.
Yeah, you got to breathe out and be skinnier. You breathe in, you're fatter.
No, look.
Breathe
in.
Oh, right, like up. Okay.
See? That's how you make yourself smaller.
Yeah, I get you.
Might not work for you short people, you know. People far below average height for any country.
I don't know if Mats agrees with you there, Banks, but I'll tell you what.
Stats do on Google.
Just because you're not that good with numbers, evidently, I'll tell you, 5 rounds means Funplus Phoenix are winning. They're up by 2. There you go.
Quick man.
Quick math. There you go. That degree was for something, I guess.
Aggression again, and Eccles is getting away with murder. Oh, it's the replay. I was like, what the hell?
I did distract you there, in fairness. Just look back up.
I thought that round started pretty fast.
Yeah. No, it happens. It happens this late in the day.
It's all right, Mitch. We've only been commentating for 5.5 hours.
Yeah, in like 30 degrees. It's fine.
It can't be 30 degrees still now.
Not.
It's 23 now. It's cooled down.
It's 23. That's harder than it is in Ireland during the day. And like when everyone's like, oh my God, it's so hot.
Yeah, in the UK and Ireland right now, it'll be 18 degrees and people will be walking around in shorts and no t-shirt.
Yeah, they'll be drinking just liters of ice water.
We do not survive well in that.
No, our people are not built for that, unfortunately. We're built for snow and rain.
Definitely rain.
Definitely rain. So much rain. I'm surprised our hands even shrivel up when we get in water. Just be used to it by now.
Amphibious Brit.
Pretty much. What? And Irish.
Oh, yeah. Angel, though, starting off strong as he pushes up into the site. He's going to work his way around straight into the second kill. soulcas didn't know what hit him. No time to react on that one. And FPX, they have just got this on lockdown. It started off looking good for Liquid, but things have just slowed down so much for them. Technically, it's FPX that slowed down their pushes, but they're really mixing it up. They're selling the fakes. They've got the confidence in shots as well. Angel. Oh, okay. soulcas is being revived. Screams on it, and he still picks up a kill from it as well. Shao's not known here, though. If he just stays and waits, he might be able to get a couple. Oh, now his position is going to be known. Screams on the other side of it. Shao waiting out. Oh, great shots coming in from soulcas. Screams on the defuse. Oh, this isn't going to be saved.
Oh, it might be. They lined up, but soulcas was able to take the shot, body blocking as well, being the meat shield that they needed to get that defuse. And so
Vital revive from Scream. This is why you need Sage.
Yeah, I feel like, as we said, Sage, you can play without her. It's not like day one we were like, well, how could you play without the heals back? So it's not possible. But we start to realize as time goes on that the heals don't play that big of a role. Like, they definitely bring value to the team, but it's like saying you can't play without flashes. You can. You might not want to.
It's just not optimal.
You can. Like, technically, you can play a Phoenix if you want to as well. I don't like you if you do, but you can. Technically. I wish there was like a button, just accept loss. Matchmaking, someone picks Phoenix. Like, oh, accept loss. It's just accept immediately. That said, I accidentally picked Phoenix the other day, and we won the game easily.
Not because of you.
Ranked. No, I had one kill, but the other people. Oh yeah, 5-4. In a position now where Funplus are, they're slipping a little bit. They lost the one round. We'll see how this one goes, though. They've got heavy control over towards Hookah. Or they don't know that yet, but they do have it. It's all theirs for the taking, right? No one's around, but there's 3 players on B, which is so odd when you've got the Cypher here to still be so heavily stacked this early on.
I'm laughing because, like, I can see from FPX, they are so scared that Eccles could just be sat there with another Bucky, ready to just put the hurt on them. They don't want to experience that again. Oh, I like it, Zyppan. Doubles in. Oh, he does manage to get it, but it's at the expense of his own life.
Revealing area.
They're still at a man disadvantage.
So the upside would be that they found some information, at least on the back of that play. Managed to trade it back here. 1-for-1 we go again and again. Shadow knows there's someone coming behind him, but a 1v2, he wanted to focus on sight, and unfortunately that's cost him his life. We're tied up now, 5-5, as Team Liquid keep it rolling. They're undefeated in best of 3s. Artis himself is undefeated in best of 3s since the start of the beta, which is insane. This is a best of 2, but if they can take this one, if they can go through best of 2 undefeated as well, we're never going to hear the end of it from Artis, are we?
You said Liquid's undefeated in best of 3s.
Oh, what am I talking
That
about?
can't be true.
No, I don't think they are.
Yeah,
No,
that'd be G2, wouldn't
It's
it?
G2 that are undefeated in best of 3s.
I was like,
But
I was
no,
thinking,
actually, Liquid are undefeated in
Here
best
we
of
go.
3s because they've never played one. So
Liquid has this org, yes, but this lineup and Fish definitely not.
late in the day, we're all going loopy. Yeah, this team has definitely
Spam.
lost a fair share to G2.
At this point, who hasn't lost a fair share to G2?
Everyone has, yeah. People in open qualifiers because they've never faced them.
G2 are just
really
waiting like, come on. Come on.
That's something
bring
that
us
like
it.
the open qualifier teams that never made it through to normal tournaments have, like never lost to G2. Have that in the bio.
Eccles, lucky he got that first kill and the straight refrag comes in. Angel again trying to poke further forward. He's always playing a little bit cheeky here. Okay, Boombot's going to do nothing for now. He needs to check his corners here. Oh, KRYPTIX ready and waiting, expected that. And to be fair, Angel, you've become very predictable at doing this far too many times. soulcas. Oh, he just fires off the ult, but it's not going to get him anything. A bit of a waste on that one. Now, they can just back away and go B, but they're still outnumbered. There's only one player currently sat on the site, though, so if they can go fast enough, it's certainly possible.
They're moving hard into the B side. Link goes out with the recon. He knows there's at least one player. And we're going to watch a replay now. That was a trade.
Yeah, that was the trade.
Now let's go back to the game that's live. That was odd. So
You're
that
so
aside-
thrown off, weren't you,
Yeah,
Mitch?
it's like, oh, that's unusual. So it's a 2v2 as they manage to get control of the bomb site. They've obviously killed Link while we were watching Flash, and the position that Link's in, I was going to highlight his drone. Thank you, mate. He's put his drone forward. He's obviously spotted them out. They've seen one. Now, look, they've spotted both agents. They know that both are coming in from CT. Defender spawn.
Oh, Meddo's in a good spot here, though. He'll be good for one.
He should be. They've got to move forward, though. Now they... No! Oh! Almost spray down by Meddo. The
So
defuse just going to be stuck. So they had to move there because the Link could easily have just been sat in there defusing that the whole time. That's unfortunate. I mean, the shots hit. Perfect play by Liquid to fake it out and just take those duels in the 2v2 and 6-5 advantage to Team Liquid as they look to bring it up to 7 to close out the half. At least put themselves in a positive position. Give themselves a little bit of a lead.
It was looking so good for KRYPTIX as well.
It's odd that it says last round before the swap, yet they say last round before the switch in game. The voice line. Pretty sure last round before the switch, yeah. That's unusual. We're using all the words for it.
Fun fact from Mitch today.
There you go.
Cover going out.
Tidbit of information for you.
Right, so at this point, with what Angel just did there, I'm guessing he was just trying to bait him out.
Yeah.
Because he's been taking that position at short so many times. You saw KRYPTIX have become wise to it. So
I-
well aware.
I do think that if you put down a smoke like that early on and don't leave anybody at A, they're going to rotate very quickly once they realize, okay, there was a smoke, there was no one here. Look, they're already on their way with both players leaving the A bomb site. But it apparently doesn't matter because it's being torn apart on the push through. KRYPTIX really struggling to get any form of control. Now the whole team's here to play. KRYPTIX should have a read at this point that the rotates are in. Well, it doesn't matter though because they just shot them all in the head, so yeah, who cares? I was going to say they should probably rotate, like, at that point where they knew, okay, all the players should be here. If we TP, we can get over, plant the bomb, something like that. But they're like, hey, let's just shoot them in the head. Cool. It works.
The Raze can do some damage here. It's going to be very difficult. Oof, straight from the side. 6-6 though, an even first half. And realistically, when you look at how that game played out, you would have expected KRYPTIX to walk away with 7-8, but Liquid, they made a great comeback. And now it's all going to be up to the defensive side of KRYPTIX to see what they can get done here. Because we know what the attacking side of Liquid can do over and over again. But nice and even. Shao's still not really having that great a game. He's not been Super Shao. Super Saiyan Shao, as I was calling him before.
There is also the question of, like, when you're playing with a team that's as efficient as these guys are, like, there's not as much slack necessarily as there was on Party Pirates. It's much more difficult to find those kills because the opportunities aren't left over as much.
Yeah, he's definitely, like, remember, Angel always set him up to be the superstar alongside him, right? So Angel was entry frag and Shao was the superstar. I guess when you've got Zyppan in there, you've got to give more room, more space over to other players.
Well, like, when you look at that previous game, we always talked about Angel as the entry fragger, right? He got 5 entries. So did Zyppan. They were even Stevens on that one. Shao had 0. So there's a big discrepancy on the previous round. And just down to when you're on a new lineup, the format is going to be different in terms of, like, how you're playing, where you're going, in what order you're entering the sites. Oh, that nade is so perfect. It keeps them back, it separates them, but no one's able to actually take the fight right afterwards, though. Zyppan spotted out in the open, pre-fired by Eccles. He's going to be taken down, but Shao, he's got that little double barrel out, going in with the shorty and taking soulcas, maintaining Lamp's control, surely making them too afraid to push him. Apparently not. Scream's got no fear, but instead of no fear, he's got no life after that push.
Shao's getting on point with a shorty. Link has managed to get the spike down, but position-wise, KRYPTIX's got to be careful here. Easily known, but it's Link doing more damage. He's been a point man over and over again, but it's not going to matter as Meddo comes through at the very end. Full health and a pistol round secured. KRYPTIX starting off strong. This is exactly what they wanted. But now they need to keep this going. Straight into the Spectre.
Spectre's such a good round 2 gun.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
The thing is, it's really easy to clean up in round 2 with it, but it limits you a lot when it comes to round 3 when they get their buyout.
So what I always want to see more teams try this, and we don't see it enough, is they just buy right straight into the third and just rifle to rifle.
Yeah.
I'm all down for just seeing aggressive, even if you lose around aggressive push, you save the money, right, and then just go with the Spectres and what you've got. Just go for more of a kind of like further forward, high tempo play off the back of it.
Yeah. I do like as well, though, taking Bulldogs whenever you win that first round, because I feel like it works as an SMG, works as a weaker weapon. When you come up against a Vandal or a Phantom, if you
Still
actually
good.
3-burst it, you can win those duels on range.
Ooh, this push coming in. The wall's gone up as well. Shadow's been taken out. They're going to just push their way onto the site. Angel didn't stand a chance. Easily taken out of it. Shadow's just looking to make sure all of that wall's going down. He's expecting another player to be close by. Link's been given free reign of Hooker for now. They need to make a push on this soon, but they just don't have information. The nades go out. Zyppan's actually able to get some damage done, but he's looking the wrong way after that. Head ripped off, and Meddo's trying to do the best he can. They're pushing round, but they've got to find these last players real quick. It's not looking good. The damage being done. Meddo's trying to hold on. Oh, he does it with a jump!
A jump shot classic. They reduce the accuracy of the right click, but apparently Meddo doesn't give a damn, and the defuse easy. What a 4K. What a clutch. And what a round for Funplus Phoenix. 8-6 now.
All eyes on Meddo right now. That was beautiful. To go like that aggressive against the shotgun? Phew.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You saw they both went for the jumping shot, and Meddo got away with it.
Yeah, well, the difference is one guy had a judge, which...
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's just gone, oh, whip out the classic. Let's see how it goes. And just fine, apparently. That's ridiculous. 8-6. A round that Meddo should never have won. But he did it pretty much single-handedly, putting FPX way ahead.
I didn't like, though, the fact that the two players that were by halls there for FPX, they got walled off, and neither of them tried to rotate back round halls. They just went to break through it, so they went in the same direction. It took far too long, which is why Angel just died instantly, had no backup. He wasn't going to fall back from it. You gave Liquid far too much control at that point.
Especially because they can hear two people breaking it.
Yeah.
And they go like, okay.
He's on his own. Let's
One
just
dude over here.
rush him.
Go kill.
Oh dear, Angel. You are getting far too aggressive, my friend.
Especially considering that opening duel that had already gone down. And especially considering that was towards A, there were no more steps. You know that no one else, it's not like they're rushing A, there's no utility, so where are they going to be? Outside of B. Where are you pushed? That was an odd decision. Just caught off guard a little bit, I guess. Made the wrong read.
Double recons. The Raze ult is up. Is it going to be wasted again? Oh, soulcas. He got far, but that's the second one he's tried to bust, and it's not happened.
On the upside, it did push the whole team back. Everyone went,
Raze, they got
run,
out of there.
Run for the hills. And on the back of that, they've got the plan. They've got a lot of time wasted as well. It's 15 seconds before a fight comes down.
Trying to push through. Good setup here from Scream. Doesn't land the first few shots. Oh, this is painful. He manages to get Meddo down, though. They can't go one by one. What are they doing? Scream's just backing out. Why not? That was not good at lamps at all.
No, it wasn't quite, but at least they had weak weapons.
I got nothing else to say on that bit.
Yeah, they had weak weapons, so he didn't get punished for it. You can make those mistakes in those rounds. Let's just hope he doesn't do it.
So look, Scream misses all these shots. If they both poked him, rather than just do this one by one, they would have killed him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's just give him the kills. Rookie mistakes, boys. Rookie mistakes.
Push me one by one. Hurrah. Hurrah. That's what Scream's singing right now.
Yeah, he's going to take it. He's not complaining. Some nice kills for him to pick up, and he's looking to try and even the score now.
Team Liquid. I want to see them even up that scoreline. Give us another nice, close, competitive game. And FPX have definitely been bringing the hurt. But when it comes to the attacking side, few teams rival Liquid. The individual skill that they've got, combined with the practice they've been putting in, it's hard to really rival it.
Did Shadow spot them then? Or did they spot him? My eyesight is very old, man, and I cannot quite see if he did or not. He'll have a good idea that's going on now, though. He's going to continue to spam through and hope he can tag him up. He's going to be slowed, and the grenades come out from the Raze. Great work on the teamwork there.
Aftershock just completely clears Hookah. They got to take a fight off the back of it, ideally. It's going to delay some time, but in fact, they're going for the rotate around to the A site. There's still 2 players here. Honestly, I don't think that'll be expected. Had they have pushed forward, the Raze might have actually caught them off guard. But I think they're happy now, having not shown themselves towards B for, what, 15 seconds, 20? They could easily have rotated. And so instead, they just decide to go back.
Oh! That's not what you want. The ult goes out. Meddo goes in for the kill, but it's not going to work out for him. They now need to be super careful. Shao's landed it, though. That's KRYPTIX going down.
The returns are there, though. This is a massive problem. Once Shadow went down, they had free reign of the site, just jumping up on top. It's a 1v4, and they know exactly where the player's coming from with the TP, and that's the round over. Sure. Eccles, you good, dude? He did know.
I think you expect him to back away.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Free fire battling. So it's 8-8. We're tied up. Team Liquid have done it, and fairly cleanly as well. I mean, that round was clinical.
So 8-8 now. FPX need to find their defensive footing. It's been a little bit too easy for Liquid to get into these sites on the last couple of rounds. Silly mistakes, like we saw Angel getting aggressive that previous round, or 2 rounds ago, I think. And Liquid aren't really just trying to sell a fake, right? They're just going straight in. They got a plan and they're sticking to it.
There.
Oh yeah, they are playing their own game. I mean, the thing was when they moved, the typical line, when they moved over towards the A site there, they sold a convincing enough fake, but it didn't drag rotate. Zyppan able to open that one up. Forward goes Shao for a kill. He's trying to pick up an upgrade, but doesn't want to just drop that weapon willy-nilly. He spotted the spike as well, communicating that to his teammates. As he just holds the corner with the bookie. It's hard to lose this round at this point, isn't it?
Angel's fallen to soulcas, though. soulcas in a position he's going to defend himself. Link, though, again. Zyppan's picked up 3 kills with the Sheriff. This was a stack that worked out perfectly. With Liquid not really selling fakes, they knew once they got those first couple of kills that pretty much everyone else is going to be around here. soulcas has just got to do some damage control, make sure they save as little weapons as possible from the dead body. So whatever kills he can get is vital.
Coming forward from this angle, up against pistols, it's really difficult. He gets the first, but now they just swing on him. Didn't know he was being shot from the right. The first time I've seen the silencer on that Ghost actually impact something, but 9-8. They've got it. FPX win out a round that they had no right touching. And it's all down to these opening duels by Zyppan. He just came in on the Sheriff and destroyed 2.
So FPX still lead, but it's only by 1 round. They're going to have the weapons for this one.
Goes here. Yes,
A huge previous round picked up by them.
oh, this is a nice spot.
And big money, which is certainly going to secure them for the next round. Even if they don't win it. Recon goes up. Does make them back away a little bit. But that's it for now. They're already spending a few abilities, including the slow up. Meddo's very aggressive and out in the open. Liquid now slowing things down. But again, it's quite easy when you start to see where the Liquid players are to understand what is going on for them, where they're going to be heading. So this is really interesting, Mitch, right? So they go towards A, they look and get a bit of hooker control, but they don't go all the way in. They make sure they got A long control, and now they're all going back as a unit, but they didn't sell a fake. They just used a few abilities. There's no real over-rotation here.
But it's almost like that less is more, right? Sometimes you just use a little bit, and that puts the idea in their head.
Angel, be careful again. They know you like to keep getting aggressive. Zyppan tries to use his ult, but it was far too early. Now he's trying to position himself round. If he can get, oh, he's going to get shot in the back. Not ideal. The Sage wall's down as well. As soon as he jumps up, Scream lands the headshot. That's how you get it done, and that's a second. He's right on the money with it. And this is a clean round for the Liquid boys.
Yeah, clean as can be. I mean, for Scream, it does what it says in the tin, right? Just one taps those two players. It's all done and dusted. FPX got to just go tail between their legs, save over for the next round. With that, we tie up yet again. And the scary thing about this is, we had some ults used up by FPX. They obviously threw out their one on Zyppan. And I understand it, though. The player was pushing up straight over towards Lamps. Angel was pushed back by that. And then he called, obviously, there's one here. He's pushing. And on the back of that, Zyppan thought, well, the rest of the team's surely going to follow him. But they didn't. They just let that one guy go off, do his own thing. And played much, much slower. Completely avoiding the Raze. It was before Raze even started the ult. So there was no way they actually knew that was happening.
Well, they're trading rounds for now. It's still staying even, Stevens. FPX, because they won that pistol round, plenty of money to buy up into this as well, so it's not hindered them that much yet. But it would be another pistol if they can't pick up this one, so this is the all-important.
One that matters the most. All those ults in play. Look at all the yellow for both teams. This could be a very exciting round. I'm looking at Shadow. I'm looking at that Breach ultimate. Hasn't been used all too much today.
Yeah.
I want to see him chuck some players up in the sky and tap their heads. It has been a much less conventional hold by FPX. They've gone for that 3-man B stack pretty consistently. But sometimes having the Omen, the Cypher over towards B, this time they've sent them A, which makes more sense. If you have that Cypher A, it slows them down a lot, gives you extra information, and so yeah, you can play that solo lighter with just 2.
Echo's trying to find his opening. No one's going to poke out just yet. Yeah, it's him and KRYPTIX again from either side on the A site. Push comes in, and so far they've just not been met with anything back towards them. Meddo's going to have to hold strong. Sage wall goes down. He's not going to try pop it just yet. He'll be well aware that KRYPTIX is normally in bathrooms at this stage. This is the standard split we see from Liquid, but KRYPTIX is just waiting. He knows he doesn't need to push. He's just there to be the nuisance, the thorn in their side.
Off your feet!
There's that ult. Not going to get too much done, though. They're breaking out the walls. KRYPTIX is still the one to be a pain for them all. Link seals the deal onto Shadow, and that's the second one as well. Easy as you like. 10-9 now, and this is where Liquid start to look scary. They're on a roll. They found their formula to success, and it's just these very normal defaults. You can see what they're doing, you can predict what they're doing, but so far, FPX can't stop what they're doing.
That's always an issue.
This goes here.
Got to be able to answer back. And look, for Team Liquid, they're picking up a streak of rounds. They're starting to look a little bit better. This half in general has been a big success once it came out of that pistol round. 4 out of 5 the buys. And FPX obviously having success when they were on pistol as well. It's been the majority of what they were able to do. Their ultimate's committed and for practically nothing. And all they've got now is the ability to find a little bit of extra information on the Cypher ult. But still, Liquid have got a res. Invaluable when you're on the attacking side. They've also got Omen, ability to TP in, get a flank, or, as is more common, get that information. That's one change I really like. The Omen ult, it's cancelable, and if you get shot, you just disappear.
Yeah. It was needed. It's such a hard one to execute anyway, right?
Yeah. Well, when it was like you had to flank with it, it was good the first 3 days, and we were like, what the hell's happening?
And then everyone's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I get what's happening. Like, oh, he's behind us. Cool. Oh, this is dangerous. Nice position. Georgian play, and Shao tears them apart. Gets a quick double. In goes the shock dart. Needs to throw a shallow one if he wants to get that. Doesn't look like it. But either way, forcing out the res immediately and into a 4v4. The damage done. Look at that. Both Omen and Sova are down below 50. Very easy kills to find. Now Breach joins them.
Flash is coming out. They actually are being effective for now. Meddo, though, holding strong again. He's such a beast from these positions. He's the one coming up clutch, and he holds strong for Funplus Phoenix to bring him the 10th round. They are going the distance right now.
What the hell can you do? Honestly, like, everything was set up so well for them. Shao
This.
does all the damage. Somebody clip that and send it to me. I need that voice recording.
Mate, it's just, look, monstrous. They're just trying to avoid it. They're just like, as soon as you hear that shot, you don't want to try and fight him. You're just, it's an error.
Run.
It's like, he's so close.
TP. And they managed to get out of there, but still pulling it back into the 4v4. The damage done to KRYPTIX with no Sage. It looked pretty clean, like it was going to be theirs, and all of a sudden Meddo comes through with another one of those massive clutch rounds. And the most important thing about that is Liquid used the res. That's completely burned up for nothing because of an individual performance. A 4K holding aside as they all pushed into him. Ridiculous. Meddo has kept the dream alive for KRYPTIX, and now they look to really deliver on the promise. And he's put all that effort in.
He's a true site anchor. Mr. Lockdown.
He's changing a lot as well. Like, he's back over on B now. We mentioned he was playing the A site to allow for that 3 stack. Now they're just committing 3 stack.
Liquid trying to push up here. The Cypher cage is going to be a nuisance for him for the moment, but Eccles just walks straight in. Meddo, he won't be defending anything now as Eccles has ripped clean through him and Shadow. The site is secured and the retake's going to be oh so hard. What can they even try to do? Zyppan managed to spam up 1, but he wasn't able to save Angel. The ult is now up, though, for the Raze. That could be the game changer, but he's pushing forward. Zyppan's able to get 1 more, but Eccles was unstoppable for a while. 2 players left, and Zyppan doesn't have all the information. He does have his ult, but he might just back away. Recon goes out. His position has been spotted. He's got to upgrade to the Phantom, but is it going to be enough? He goes to try and bait him out on the defuse, but they're going together. This is smart teamwork from Liquid. He tries to come around the side. That's not going to pay off for him. And Link lands it with the pistol of all things after missing the operator's shot. An 11th round secured for Liquid, but can they chain another one together? The problem has been that it's been 1-1-1-1 ever since we got to 8-8. KRYPTIX, though, have been in more of the clutch situations. Liquid have looked a lot cleaner. The executes have been stronger when it comes to these guys. But is it enough to seal the deal and help them grab a 2-0? Remember, the first game we had, Nip taking on Giants went 1-1. Then G2 came with the 2-0, but we kind of expected that with who their opponents were. Now Liquid, they won the first map, 13-11, but this is Bind, the pick of KRYPTIX. And we really are going the full 9 yards.
On both maps, it's what you love to see. Between 2 teams debuting their lineups under these new orgs.
Easy drone to take down, no problem at all.
No, they didn't give over too much information either, just the Sage spotted. That doesn't really mean anything. Now they know there's 2 towards Hookah is the best info you can really give. And a nasty angle being held as well. You notice Cypher just tucked in the corner. It's an attempt for Meddo to just shred them as they push on through. I think a stinger in his hands.
Good nade coming out. Forces him away, and straight away Meddo's finished off. The ult's coming out. Shao's able to land 1 onto Link. That's actually pretty huge, but they know a player's come through the teleport. soulcas just waiting for it as Eccles continues to push forward. And Liquid are looking good in this round. They've not managed to get directly onto the site yet, but now the spike will be planted. Really slow rotates coming out here overall. And oh, Zyppan gets it, but it's at the expense of himself. Scream lands 2 headshots, and now Liquid are 1 round away from taking this 2-0. KRYPTIX, they've run out of answers. It looks like they may have run out of steam. It's going to take a huge 2-round comeback. They've got the buy into it, but with that ult being spent the way it was, I feel like that was a bit of a waste for Zyppan.
Yeah. Well, he had 2 teammates coming through the defender spawn. I guess they were just hoping that Scream wouldn't take 2 of them down with 3 bullets, but unfortunately, it's Scream, so those things happen. It's now 12-10, and we talked about Zyppan, but soulcas, the top fragger for this game so far, 23 kills. He's got his own to play with. And we mentioned that Raze would obviously play a much more pivotal role when it came to bind. You can definitely see that that has been the case.
Shout out to Mandeep, by the way. He's kindly just tweeted me that he's clipped what you wanted, Mitch. Great, thanks. Yeah, brilliant. This is just exactly what I wanted.
Thank you very much. I'll be using that as a ringtone now.
Why do I have to suffer like this? Why do I let this happen? It's probably what FPX are going to say if they can't pick up this round as well. So many small errors made with just over-aggressive plays at times. Some miscommunication from the FPX side. Liquid have just looked like the better team today. Despite it being close, we expect it to be close. We expect it to be a grind for these guys. But Liquid just have more of a typical team attitude to the way they approach the game.
Yeah, ooh.
But
Here we
Zyppan,
go.
that is nice.
The man himself taken down. Scream, the big name in the game. Already deleted the nade through. They've spotted two.
Ooh,
And easily
Shao.
onto Eccles. There's the ult, but it only gets one in the trade. Zyppan able to take down soulcas. The Raze to Raze duel. And it's left into a 2v3. A difficult one, really, to win out for Team Liquid. Moving forward, Link going to go in for the shock dart. Players coming around behind him. They're just going to go in for the plant. They've got default control. KRYPTIX able to get one. Looks back over towards Lambs. He's ready for the swing to come out from the Cypher. He sees him up close, but up close is exactly the fight that wants to be taken by the Stinger as Meddo takes him down. And we're going the distance, James, all the way to 24 rounds as the defuse comes through. FPX looking for the OT.
OT definitely could be on the cards. What's the money like, though, when it comes to Liquid? Should be good enough. They had a good few rounds on the bounce. Yeah, plenty of money. They're buying up happily right now. Do you know what? It's typical. Well, the last two rounds, both Raze used their ultimates. Both Razes killed each other, just in opposite ways.
Just trading back and forth. That's the way it should be. Raze, just stick to fighting yourself. I remember the day one Raze. My God, those were when we were working back in the beta, doing NA and EU. Oh no,
They were not fun times.
But they have balanced her. I'm so happy with the job Riot did. Took what one patch and she was good. But before that patch, my God, she was OP as hell. But this is it. We're coming into the final round of regulation, at least, possibly of the game. If they get to overtime, this would be the first time in the franchise history for both teams. Shadow's able to take down soulcas, though. That makes it quite likely we see the first overtime for Funplus Phoenix and for Liquid under these banners. With 1 minute left on the clock, there's another kill for the defense, and Banks, I'm feeling it.
So is Funplus Phoenix. Liquid would feel like they're real close to sealing the deal 2-0. But it's going to take something special, and Shao, well, he's able to get one, and then he just randomly jumps with his knife in his hand. Didn't expect a second player to be there at all, and he pays the price for it. You do not want to give an advantage situation again away. You cannot afford to be doing this. It was the same on the round that Liquid got 12. Scream's pushed his way in. The wall's going to go up. Easy to get the spike down. Oh, that's huge as well. Oh, the revive! This is definitely doable.
100%. 3 versus 4. Team Liquid have the manpower now. It's all just about winning these duels. As FPX look to push on through, Cypher Cage is all over the place. The ult's going to catch Angel completely, but his teammates push forward unscathed. KRYPTIX, oh, Angel, even though he was hit by it, still able to take a double headshot to KRYPTIX and move on forward, looking for the defuse. Smoke goes down. 2 players still to deal with. The spray through the smoke gets Scream, but in comes Eccles. What a shot by Meddo, and we are going to overtime with a defuse now for FPX. Oh man, this is not going to be a clear-cut series whatsoever.
It went away from Liquid's favor. They got the revive in. They thought it was possible. But no. This from Angel was huge. He is still dazed. He is still disorientated. His teammate goes down in front of him, and he gets the vital kill onto KRYPTIX. Had he gotten that, that would not have been possible.
Oh yeah, if KRYPTIX won that duel, the round was over, the game was over, and Liquid would have their first series win under the banner, but it's not happening, not now. Just to remind you, in case you're not familiar with the current overtime system, it's no longer one round. Instead, we play out one round on each side, similar to tennis. Think of it that way. The first team to take a 2-round lead is the one to walk away with the victory. Quite simple. You swap every single round, so you do one attack, one defense, one attack.
soulcas went super aggressive. They've gone for this push again with a wall off. Locations will be revealed, but they did lose a player already. They won't be able to get him for a refrag. Link's looking to try and get aggressive here.
And of course, if you're at home wondering why there's no ultimates, it's because your ultimates go to half. So, oh, that's a dangerous push, but it works out. The double peek in through Bath.
Cover going out.
Brings it back. Back not into their favor, but not out of it at least.
Zyppan's managed to find Screamy though. It's a big
carrier
pickup
is killed.
indeed. They're trading out though so successfully at the moment. 1 for 1 for 1. Meddo, he knows what's going on, but he doesn't know what to do with it. It's all about this timing. Finds it onto Eccles. That's the nice bit of damage done. They've managed to secure the site, but still got 2 players to find. 3 versus 2. Certainly doable for Funplus Phoenix if they want to pick up one map here. It's going to have to be done in overtime. But after that huge play on the previous round, their blood's pumping. They'll be highly motivated and they'll definitely be believing in themselves. It looked like it could have been a bad day for them, losing 2-0 to Team Liquid, but time now to survive, time now to push on forward.
Of course, there's no such thing as saving when it comes to these OTs, because you're going to just swap over right away to the other half. So you might as well go for it.
Ooh.
My God, that spray from Shadow was the least clean thing I've ever seen, but it doesn't matter. Link's all alone. Pushing forward, he's just stared straight. He's headbutt that flashbang. He didn't care, but he didn't have a chance anyways. In the 1v3, there was no time. 12-13 as Funplus Phoenix take the lead and are now just 1 away from victory.
They need to get this defensive round. They're going to have to show us a stronger hold than we saw throughout most of the second half of these guys. As you can definitely see, right, a lot less team synergy when it comes to FPX. But it's a lot more difficult to predict what they're going to do. Like, you can see the Liquid setups, right? You can see how things might pan out, the kind of routes they're going to take. FPX, at the time, you got to pray and hope you've got a good read on it. Your life there, Mitch.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just looking at this for Liquid. They're moving slowly in towards that A site. They've gone for full bath control with 4 players. I mean, you know you're not going up against one of the ultimates at least. As we said on halftime, it gets reset to 4 out of 7 or 3 out of 6. 3 away from your ult, basically, no matter what. Oh, Shadow, he's been left unchecked. They know this is a possibility. You can see that Sage is holding it, and Scream's able to take the fight. The nade goes out, not too late, luckily, and so there's actually a chance here of them getting back in. Even with Raze being so low, that bomb, a spike, is going to be planted.
No heals, though, possible for FPX. Scream's heals down as well, and he's pretty low on health, 28 for now. Needs to bide his time, 20 seconds, and he'll be able to heal himself back up. The drone is going to spot him out, but doesn't tag anyone down. Meddo's managed to make it work. Eccles has fallen. The pressure is all on Liquid. It's 4v2. Oh, and they're getting the job done. The defuser's going to come in. And FPX tie it up 1 for 1 with a 14-12 scoreline on their map pick of Bind.
Hey, what did I say, Banks? I didn't want to see either of these teams lose. So they both walk out with the first win. And let's not talk about the loss. It's a tie at the end of the day. The first one in franchise history for both of these teams.